between the Canes and the Noles, once upon a time, barely noticed outside the state of Florida. But those battles in the 80s and the 90s put both programs on the national map, made both of them champions, and we are lucky to have another showdown between these two today. Welcome, everyone, to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Miami Hurricanes. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Seminoles will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Miami Hurricane offense will take the field to get things started. Boy, you can go down the list of classic endings in this series, and last year we had one with the Canes pulling it out.
And Miami was the one who got to celebrate because they eked it out, they got the close win, and more importantly, Palmer, they got to brag for a year about beating their in-state rival, Florida State.
They're hoping they can do that for another year, and they know that this is going to be another dogfight. This is simply one of those games at the start of the year. Miami, Florida State, you know someone's winning, but it's not going to be by a lot of points. Miami's hoping they can make it 2 in a row.
3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Here comes the heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And the Hurricanes will try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. So Florida State's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. You know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller.
Breaks into the open. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Flips it out in the flat. And this one will be stopped for no gain. When you think of the significance of these two programs in the history of college football, remarkable that they've only been playing since 1951.
It's crazy because there's so many games you can pull out of your brain, Reese, and I'm sure because you were born then when this rivalry started, that so many games that were so important, that had such big implications, Jesse.
Yeah, it seems like over the course of 3 decades, right? The 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, every time these two teams played, Miami and Florida State, we were talking about how it would impact the national championship picture. This really has been one of the better rivalries in the sport, even though it's really not that old.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Seminoles are marching down the field.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Wants to keep it in the air. He's going for a big play downfield. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. Back to pass, it's Sperry. He's going to throw deep right side. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He's brought down. A short return to the defense comes out on top with a pick.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. The sure hands, it's Moore.
Early in the game, I love getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Easy pitch and catch. You've thrown him 4,000 times. Not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
The give out of the gun. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offside, defense.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on second down, on third, you won't have that long to go.
While the Canes are known for big-time playmakers, tough physical running is part of it, too.
Yeah, you got to be able to have a team that not just is about sizzle, and we've seen so many Miami teams about sizzle, but some substance with some physicality, the run game.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him, and now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're...
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? And the Canes come to the line with a new set of downs. Pulls it in, it's Moore. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gainer.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Canes back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Takes the easy completion. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you, running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Got his man on the right. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Here we go, set. On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. Touchdown, Miami! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. He'll keep it himself. Got the first down and more. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. And the Noles will hustle to the line.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Got a man. It's Johnson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. That last completion still leaving them with a third down. Looking to throw, it's Sperry. Fires to the big fella. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. And the Seminoles are on the move. Wants to go up top on first down. The short hands, it's Johnson. The Noles can really attack on this second and short. Wants to throw it. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
The Seminoles will line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Quick completion on the out. They make the stop if this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground. He has the first and still on his feet. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. They'll give it to him again. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. Now on second down. They go to the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Hurricanes are at the line looking to convert on third and short. On third and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. First down for this offense. After the run, now to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28. And the Canes with the first and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. On the Houdini-like moves, get it to the 22. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking to fire. Makes the grab down the middle. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now, having given up multiple first downs on this drive. Somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
Hand off from the shotgun. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
Charcoal! Charcoal! Charcoal!
Wants to go up top.
this offense is so exciting to watch. They've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive.
14, Florida State, 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Give to the back. Find some fresh air. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. From the gun, the running back has it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Sperry. Gonna let it fly. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Seminoles decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team able to swing him to the ground. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Setting up the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. And the Hurricanes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Sends it back in motion. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. And now on 2nd down for this offense.
Here we go, here we go.
Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Moore. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first.
Oh, what a play. It's intercepted. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And that's a play the defense absolutely had to have. They've given up some big plays in this first half, and they're down on the scoreboard right now. Something positive needed to happen. Maybe that's the interception that changes the momentum in this game. It's now up to their offense to try and score some points here before the first half ends.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Really good pickup on second down there. Leaves them with 3rd and 2. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Looking for a man. It's Sperry. Bringing the heat. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. The Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Lets it fly deep downfield. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left. And it's third down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. Now the lead is down to 11.
And that's a nice end to this first half. Put points on the board, create a little bit of momentum. You're still losing, I know. Go into the locker room, talk about some adjustments, and come out with some momentum.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, some real edge-of-your-seat moments, and there's still 2 quarters to go here for the Knowles and Canes. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis, and through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the battle between Miami and Florida State plays out.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Canes will kick it away to crank up the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them.
It's complete. He gets it in. Touchdown, Knowles. That had touchdown written all over it from the moment he caught the ball. Big play, big run for the score.
Yeah, it had touchdown written all over it because nobody was covering it. It'd be a good idea to get a hand on him. You know, listen, I know you guys got some speed, and maybe you give him a cushion and give him some space, but that was a little aggressive on the space department there.
To the air, it's Berry. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd.
Florida State, 11.
And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. It's complete to the left. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Line getting set on second down. Looking to fire. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. The offense in its own end still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Moore. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back. You get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Canes send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. If they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it, but once it gets going in one direction, a lot of times it's so hard to swing it back the other direction. The momentum is real, and they got it.
Lining up to convert 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Sperry. Caught near the sticks, it's Jones. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down. The Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. Use the play fake, now to throw. With the catch, it's Jones. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And the Noles are moving quickly down the field. They'll give it to the back. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Single back formation, and they give it to him. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
He'll do it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. There he goes. Got enough space. Touchdown, Florida State. They take the lead with the 6.
Man, we know football gets harder when you start to get in the red zone and the field shrinks. Who needs that? Break the long touchdown run. Nice job by the back. Seeing the hole, exploding through, getting the long touchdown.
That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So 1st down will open up the final period. They'll try the run. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Rushes on him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. The Hurricanes will punt it away on 4th down. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
Finding an escape route. Turning it on. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Rides the back on the option, the give. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Back has it. Got room to work. They found a little running room out of the Wildcats, still short of the 1st down marker. And the Seminoles come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Off the play fake. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. That gives them now a 7-point lead here in the final period.
And that was an important kick here in the 4th quarter, man. You want to take that touchdown lead, make them have to go the length of the field and score a TD. Nice execution by this offense. Nice job trusting your kicker.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They're on the cusp of what would be an historic... And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
You know, David, I love defenses that stay aggressive, especially at this point of the field. They've got pass rushers on this unit with speed and that are aggressive and that can win one-on...
Unloads it downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
The offense has got to find something here in the 4th quarter. You can tell, pressing a little bit. They need that big play. They want that big play to try to make this game a better ball game. Took the shot, unsuccessful, but I wouldn't be surprised if they take some more of those.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. Oh, got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Seminoles. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Paul.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Miami. 14.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. That number 1 beside your name is a heavy burden, and when you're just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football because you're up a couple of scores. You pin your ears back. You try to get to the quarterback. Play smart. Make sure you rally to the football tackle and don't give up the big plays.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Hey, down in the fourth quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the field, protecting the football, but we know he has the ability.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Makes the grab. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Can't find his man. It'll be... The offense changing the play. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. High the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. On the run, still looking. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Clock stops and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. And the Canes line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Fires to the big fella. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. 2nd down, he'll throw it. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And I love the personnel group that the defense is in right now. With the lead late in a 2-minute situation, you're seeing extra DBs on the field. You know the offense is going to try and throw the football. So faster guys, good job that time getting to the ball, knocking it away, forcing the incompletion. You stay in this personnel grouping if you're on defense.
Quick spin on the run. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. A fresh set of downs after that 4th down conversion, but still the up-tempo as they get to the line quickly. Makes the catch. It's Moore. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Back to pass. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat. Zings it complete to the right. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. Well, they just drained all of the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. Looking downfield on 1st down. Lets it fly. And he was looking to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connection. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Under fire. Couldn't find anybody open, just threw it away, and that's a smart move. You want to avoid the turnover, especially in the red zone. It'll be fourth down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it.
Let's go.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. If you want to look on the bright side, at least you can pile up a bunch of yards if you can move the ball, because it is a long way to the end zone. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far. It rarely disappoints when the Seminoles and Hurricanes get together, and it is Florida State celebrating the flaming spear of victory by taking down the Ute. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.